Thanks for answering to our questions, Mr. Antony Mwanzi. Could you present yourself and present the Kenyan Association of Manufacturers?
Yes. So thank you very much for the interview. I'm the CEO for Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Kenya, we have a robust manufacturing industry and cuts across all of them, from food, agro-processing, textile, leather. We have 1,300 active members of the association. And we're here because we want to start active trading with Africa to power the Africa Continental Free Trade Area with manufactured goods. If you look at most of the African countries, they export goods in the raw form, whether it is veg, whether it is flowers, whether it is fruits. But now we want to look at how do we trade among Africans and how do we export manufactured goods across Africa. Intra-Africa trade is still very low. We're talking about 11%. Across East Africa is about 15%. We can do more. The reason we're signing this agreement is to make sure that we're driving those numbers. We are having goods move from east to west, west to east, north to south, south to north. And at the moment, there's a big missing link, and that's why we're here.
So why specifically the manufacturing sector, according to you?
One is because I run an association of manufacturers. So I'm here because I just want to focus on what my members are doing. And manufacturing is, if you look at the numbers, and specifically maybe I use Kenyan numbers, you'll find that even though the manufacturing contribution to GDP is at 7.8%, the contribution to jobs is very high in comparison with other sectors. We contribute next to, just second to the public sector. It's around 352,000 jobs. If you look at contribution to the tax coffers, the tax to the government is about 18%. So at 7.8%, contributing 18% to the taxes, what if we run to 20%, 30%? We have seen other countries in the Far East, contributing 30%. No wonder they have, majority of manufacturing jobs. In Africa, if you look at the youth bulge, you look at the growing population, you look at the economies that you're getting, also middle class stepping up, we have a great opportunity for us to produce and to manufacture. The only way we can create sustainable jobs is manufacturing. There is no any other way.
And how will you actually use the deal, like the money, the gain from the deal signature in your industry?
Good question. One is, if you look at Africa, there are quite a number of challenges. Even though you have signed a free trade area across Africa, ACFTA, there's still a lot of challenges regarding to infrastructure. If you're trading with Egypt or with the west coast of Africa from East Africa, how do you actually make sure that the goods are moving from the port of Mombasa to the port of Douala, unless you go through the Cape Town, Cape of Good Hope, and then up. So how do we make sure that goods are flowing even in the neighboring countries? So that the agreement that we have signed today start to create that nexus, that ecosystem, where you have access to finance, you have import data, export data, you know what is moving where, and then you have what is producing what across Africa, so that then we can create this perfect ecosystem.
Okay, so how do you see, in fact, how will this deal signature be significant for the Kenyans, according to you?
Now, look, export is a really a good thing, because if you look across Africa, Kenya included, we are still operating under a very depressed situation in terms of the forex, access to forex. The only way we can be able to access this forex is exporting, both outside Africa and within Africa. Now, within Africa, the market is even because we know each other, we understand each other, we have kind of common culture, maybe with some diversity. So it is possible for us to grow the business in Africa much easier than in cultures that are extremely diverse. If we're able to do business with European Union, We're able to do business with America. We're able to do business with Far East. Surely it should be easier to do business across Africa. So I look at most of the production facilities in Kenya are operating at 50-60% capacity. Therefore, by exporting to other African countries, we're able to plug that gap and expand our jobs exponentially.
Thanks for answering to our questions, Mr. Antony Mwanzi.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.